Hey guys, Rachel Grabenhofer here with Cosmetics and Toiletries, coming to you with our latest Consumer Pulse, where we look at the top trending searches and hashtags that are growing in interest that relate to cosmetics. And as I mentioned last week, or the week before maybe, we started doing this kind of every other week since I found there was some overlap going week to week with some of these search terms. So this time around, number one, we have Princess Cosmetics. This is up 90% in the last 7 days, according to Google Trends. And as you can imagine, Princess Cosmetics can mean so many different things. Some of the most recent posts with this phrasing, I guess you could say, was a retailer, Princess Cosmetics Quata, Q-A-T-A, which there were a lot of different K-beauty specials going on right now, so there were some coupons involved that probably stirred up a lot of consumer interest. By the way, they're expired, sorry, or I would share them. But we did find on the site they were featuring some new arrivals, and one that caught our attention was Round Lab 1025 Dakoto, D-O-K-O-T-O, I think I said that right, sunscreen SPF 50+, PA++++. This is formulated for sensitive skin, acne prone, and it includes ingredients like niacinamide and also hyaluronic acid. So some skinification benefits. So I'm calling it skinification of sun care, which is not new to anyone out there, but we keep hearing skinification of everything. Number two this week, we have Collagen Mask. This is up 324% in the last 2 years. That's per Exploding Topics. Now, obviously, this relates to products that are really deeply hydrating to skin. They're supposed to improve elasticity, also improve skin texture. We see texture being mentioned a lot more. But also not only with hydrolyzed collagen in it, but there are ingredients for antioxidant benefits and anti-inflammatory. But this is supposedly part of a larger collagen everything meta trend. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Searches related to that are growing are kind of nutricosmetic and hair related. So that was sort of interesting to me. Number three this week, I have Biomimetic Foundation. This is up over 99,000% in the last 2 years, according to the same source, 5.4K global Google search trend volume. This is interesting because there are a couple of different interpretations, I guess you could say. Mimic skin in terms of natural coverage, trying to mimic the same color, get the right shades. That's one interpretation. And then there's also an explanation that's more about active ingredients in the products and how those mimic some of the biological actions to keep skin looking young. So we looked at a couple of ingredients, but this interesting term, there's actually a brand, Biomimic Foundation, too. So I hadn't seen that hit the mainstream yet, but apparently it's out there. So something interesting to look at. And then I'll give you 4 and 5 this week since you had to wait. This is per Spate. The interest in espresso brown hair is up 389.5%. That is in the last 1 year, according to Spate. We're all kind of moving into the fall or autumn mode, so consumers tend to put in a more demure color to their hair, kind of soften it, darken it, deepen it, richness, I guess you could say. A lot of red too sometimes. So that's one of the reasons they pointed to that. And they did mention L'Oreal was one of the main box brands that had gained consumer interest. But this idea of using the term espresso on box labeling might be useful to other brands, the Spate report said. And then the second of the two there, skunk highlights are back again. I feel like they've been around maybe 5-6 years ago, but they're back in the searches, up 209.9%. Sorry, 205.9%. I'm trying to get the stats right within the last year for Spate. So as you can imagine, that's exactly what it sounds like, kind of the dark hair with a bright blonde stripe. I don't know if it's down the middle when it's a skunk or if it's just overlaying the dark hair. But that is it for this week. I don't know if you'll see skunk hair out and about, maybe for Halloween. But it's an interesting, I guess you could say, illusion. So sorry, that's it for this week. I'm starting to ramble. I'm going to let you go, but I appreciate you joining me. Let me know what you think of these reports, and I'll try to keep bringing them to you. See you next time.